forward. Lovely. Okay. So I'm just going to put my hands on my hips, lift my bottom and push my hips forward. So I'm supporting myself and just going to lift up. Again, you could do this standing up if you want. And we're just stretching here. Again, see how that feels on your lower back. Just a nice breath in. You don't want to get too much arch in the lower back. It's quite a lot of vertebrae there. You don't want to crush them all. You could put your feet up. If you're used to this position and you're comfortable with it, you might find you can grab a foot quite easily. If your first time, I'd keep your hands on your back and just having a little stretch. We spend a lot of time bending forward, but not getting a nice stretch in our lower back. Really getting good stretches here as well. A few more seconds. Breathing into it. And again. And again. Lovely. And then release. Let's just have a little child pose just to stretch the back the other way. Except for move my camera today, so I hope I've got a bit more space. So a little bit of work for the mid back. So that's kind of this bit here between the shoulder blades. So I'm just going to sit comfortably, whatever suits you, on your knees, cross-legged. It's quite a nice, easy one. So let's lengthen these shoulders, get them down. You've got a nice long space here. And I'm just going to have my arms in this sort of position. So they are bent. And I'm squeezing back and release. So I'm trying to squeeze a grate between my shoulders and release. So we haven't got anything to pull on, but just imagine that that's what you're doing. You're pulling something back. Squeeze those shoulders down, squeeze them together. So it seems like quite a small move. It's actually very effective, really good for the posture. And this is what we want to work. We spend a lot of time doing our superficial muscles on our arms, but we need to work the muscles in the back. Oh. Think about the elbows really sort of going, not lifting up, but almost down behind you. So we really start to use the muscles between the shoulder blades. Oh, lovely. Let's do a couple more of these. Breathe in, squeeze back. Breathe in. Last one, let's squeeze back. Lovely, and hold, shoulders down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely, just a little roll with the shoulders. Good, so we're just going to warm the wrists up because we're going to do a little bit of work on all fours. So just let's have a little circle of these wrists. Again, sitting comfortably, listening to your body. Circle the other way. Work at your level. There's not too many different levels today. It's pretty much back strengthening and stretching. It's not like with the arms or the squats or the abs where you can do it all different levels. Let's take those hands out to the side and flick the palms back and forward to get a little bit into these elbows. Lovely. Bringing the hands back, and then I'm going to link them together. And again, if you don't like this, if you're feeling tension or a bit of pain now, once we're on all fours, putting some weight into that, it's quite a lot having your wrist pulled back like that. So I'll give you some options for your hands if they don't like being in this position. Let's take those arms up and stretch. You can let your shoulders rise up to the ears. And then down and then forward. Round that back. Stretch those arms towards me. Let your head drop. You're feeling your shoulder blades separate. Lovely. If you are sitting cross-legged, let's just pop the other foot in front so we just get a bit of a balance of those hips. Just a little bit of spine twisting and stretching before we go down onto all fours. So let's just take one arm down, let's reach up. So we get a lateral bend in the spine. You can't really feel it in the spine, you can feel it more here, but it is bending the spine we're doing. We're trying to get the spine warm, mobile, and then strengthen all the muscles around it to support it. Let's change sides and make sure you keep your bottom on the floor. You can reach as far as you want to, and breathing into it, relaxing, trying to work out somewhere in your house that's relatively stress-free. and noise free if you can, to get a moment to yourself. Lovely. And I'm just going to do a bit of rotation. So I put my thumbs together and hands so I can keep my chest as one and just let my fingers rest on my chin. Try not to bring your head forward. So it's really, you can rest them underneath if you want. The idea is you move in a block, so we can rotate one way and back. Because your legs are crossed or your legs may be out, your hips can't move. So you really, shoulders down. So push with the elbow the way you're going. And it's just some rotation in the spine. Again, it's all about mobility, getting this spine moving. We've got discs between our spines. And they're very much like donuts. They've got an outer bit and an inner bit like jam. And if you squeeze them too much, they burst and the jam comes out. That's probably your best analogy. So we want to get some blood and nutrients to these discs. So these sort of movements, bending the spine, can be really useful. Let's release. Lovely. Just a little bit more. I'm just going to twist and look back. A lot of people think discs are something hard. I often say, oh, I slipped a disc. People assume it's something hard, but they're not. They're very spongy. So donuts is a good analogy. So we want to keep your donuts in place. And from your jam, from squeezing out. Lovely. Once more each side. But try not to take the neck too far back. It's really about the shoulders. We want to get round. Let the head follow. And release. Lovely. So we're going to do some work on all fours. So we want to have a tabletop position. So our hands are directly under our shoulders, our knees are under our hips. Really get those shoulders back and down. Sometimes your shoulders sink a bit when we're here. So really pushing the floor. Squeezing the tummy in. And we're always trying to lengthen from the top of the head to the tailbone. So although we're going to be moving the spine, we want to try not to be doing too much with the head. So shoulders back, let's take a nice deep breath in. Lift the chest forward rather than the head. Chin lift slightly, arch the lower back, feel that tummy stretch, and then we round. So if you notice, it's all in my mid-back and lower back, not my shoulders coming to my ears. Shoulders stay down. It's just this bit here. Just rounding and reverse. Breathe in. So it's a cat stretch. If you do yoga, same thing. Sometimes they're calling it cat dog, cat cow, all different. But we get the general gist. Really slide those shoulder blades down the back, especially when you're lifting up. So you can really feel your back muscles all engaging, your tummy muscles engaging when you look under. Once more. And last time round, and let's sit back, lovely. So child pose is a relaxing position. You can always open the knees a bit more if you've got the flexibility and reach those arms through, but we're not too warm, so work at your own level. Lovely. So work in the back, we're going to lift the arms. So we're going to slide an arm forward, lift it up. We want to keep this arm up near this ear if we can. Try not to rotate, try not to move the bottom. So everything's still, really squeeze the tummy. Then your left arm, so you can slide it forward, reach it up, lovely. And down, push those shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in, reach. And down. Breathe in, reach. And down, lovely stuff. Let's do 4 more. So this is our base move, really. Again, hand position, sorry, forgot to say, you can have your hands on your fists. I like to call that gorilla pose because it looks like a gorilla. And that can just give a little bit of release to those wrists if they're not happy being bent in that position. Lovely. Now we're going to go to the legs. So same thing, I'm just coming forward a bit so you can see my feet. We're going to slide the foot back, squeeze and lift. Legs in the way. And lower, then we're changing side. So we want to avoid any kind of bending or rotation. So your hips are level, you've got a nice flat back, and you don't lift too high, but just lengthen that leg and straighten it. And lower, again, let's lengthen back. Shoulders back, squeeze the tummy, squeeze the bottom, lift. And lower. So breathing in as we lengthen the left leg. And then we breathe out as we bring it back. Squeezing that tummy as we go. And again, left, right leg. Breathe in, lengthen. And lift, as you're lifting your leg, so now we're lifting the left, try not to let your body lean over to the right. Use those abdominals to pull it back. Fantastic, let's go again. Breathe in, lift the right leg. Squeeze that bottom. That's the wind. And left leg, squeeze. And release, lovely. Let's have a little rest for a moment, give these wrists a rest. So I'm going to do some arms and legs. Again, if it's too much, just stick to arms or stick to legs. I'll probably do 16, so you get a chance to do 8 arms, 8 legs, or both. So with this one, same thing, I'm going to lift, I'll do my back arm so you can see it, lifting this arm, but also lifting this leg. So again, no arching, pull yourself up, keep it nice and still. So opposite arm to leg, or just do the arms for now. That's 2. And just breathing into it. The idea is you're a table, you're incredibly still, your arms and legs are just an extension, nothing is moving. Use your tummy, your core to pull yourself back to center. Lovely. Breathe in, lengthen, and squeeze that bottom, stretch the back out knee. Squeeze. Lovely. We've got 2 more, and then if you were just doing arms, just switch to legs. Whereas if you're doing arms and legs, we continue. We've got 8 more. Rest if you need to, change your hand position if you need to. This is really working what we call the posterior chain. It's all the way down your back, your shoulders, all the way down, bottom and legs. So it's the back of the body, it's holding up the posture. Good way to remember it. Shoulders back, squeeze that tummy. 4 more here. Breathe in, 3. You should be using your tummy muscles just as much as your arms and legs and bottom. Last 1, each side. And just as a final challenge, let's take the right leg back and swing it slightly out to the side, diagonal. Left arm out to the side. So your left arm, left and right toe, drawing a diagonal line to each other. Just squeeze and hold here for a few breaths. For 3, for 2, for 1. Oh, that's tough. Let's take the other leg back. Left leg, lift up, take it out to the side. I've got a wardrobe in the way. We get the idea. Right arm out, right leg out. Can I get around there? And squeeze. And breathe. That's a bit ambitious. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Oh, lovely stuff. Open the knees, stretch through. Let's really push through. Let these shoulders stretch out. Lovely. Give these wrists a bit of a stretch as well. We're going to do a little bit of work on our tummies now. Again, still working the back, posterior chain all the way down the back, back shoulders, lower back, and then we'll flip ourselves over and start doing rotating down. Not flip ourselves over, but yeah, on our bums, doing some stretches. Okay, so this one, we've been doing this a few weeks. You should be familiar with it, but I'm just lying down. My feet are just going to the back of the mat. My arms are just, we do swan dive first. So my arms are framing my face. And I'm squeezing my belly in and squeezing my bottom. So I'm not pushing on my belly to lift me up. Now this is a mobility exercise. So shoulders are back, your arms are here. And imagine you're looking straight down. And imagine you have a little marble, and with your nose, you're going to roll your marble just as your chin gets to the floor, and then lengthen. So you're still looking down diagonally, but we're getting some mobility in this upper back and a little bit into that lower back. And release. Squeeze the tummy, squeeze the bottom, breathe in, lift. Then roll that little marble and back down. Again, roll. Breathe in, lift, keep that chin down. Should be feeling this in the muscles of your back. So if you want to add on for this, you can lift the elbows and the hands off. And you're just lifting here and lower. Lift. Squeeze the tummy, that's the main thing. Squeeze the tummy, pull it back to the spine. Don't press it into the floor. Do one more here. Hold up, let's reach the hands forward and back. Hands stay on the floor if you want, or in the air, reach, pull the elbows back. Reach, pull the elbows back. Reach, pull the elbows back. Reach, keep those shoulders down and squeeze the tummy. And 3, and 2, and 1. Lovely, just relax. So I'm going to work the lower body, let the head relax. So my toes and heels together. Toes together, feet out to the side. So your feet are sickled inwards, turned inwards. The head is relaxed. And I'm just going to take the heels and squeeze them. So my feet have gone from being sickled to turning out almost. Your feet stay on the floor, you're just rotating your hips. So your thighs are squeezing together, squeezing the bottom. Small movement, squeeze. Can you see my feet properly? Hang on. Make sure you see my feet. So here, squeeze together, here, squeeze together. That's what my feet are doing. But we keep the head down, so it's working the mobility of the hips. Squeeze and lower. 2 more. Squeeze. So I'm going to keep my feet on the floor. I'm going to add some upper body. Again, it's optional. Hands reaching back and lift up as if I'm flying through the air. And as I lift up, my heels squeeze together. Lower slightly. Breathe in, squeeze, reach back, heels together. Lower slightly. Pull that tummy in. Breathe, lift. So this is a feeling of extension. So you're feeling it, you're flying through the air. And lower, not about lifting too high. 4 more. Squeeze those heels, squeeze those inner thighs, squeeze that bottom, squeeze the tummy. Last 3. We can do it. 1, 2. And 1. Lovely. And let's just push back into child pose and have a rest for a moment. Okay, another little exercise, again for the lower back. I'm going to keep the head and shoulders down to start with. The feet are just out behind me, and I'm just going to lift a leg and lower. Lift a leg and lower. Head is down. Lift a leg and lower. Squeeze the tummy in. Lift a leg and lower. Lift and lower. And lift and lower. Lift. So now what I want to try and do is make it, you know those little toys you wind up in the bath and their legs go, lengthen both legs and they wiggle like you're swimming. Your head can stay down, or you can lift slightly if you want. And you're trying to get your body still, but you're just wiggling those legs. Knees are off the floor, legs are strong, squeezing that bottom, kicking those feet if you're swimming. Breathing and squeezing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Just another little hip opener here. Bend the knees. Don't mind my wardrobe. Open them, cross. Open them, cross. And just, it's nice and floppy, nice and loose. It's just a little bit of hip mobility here, because your hips being mobile are just as important for your spine, as long as you're not feeling any knee pain. Now let's bring the feet and knees together and let the whole, both feet move side to side. Again, it's a little bit on that lower back, see how that feels. 4, 3, 2, And one, lovely. Let's go back into child pose. Then I'm going to turn myself over. Oh. Lovely. I'm going to sit on my bottom. I'm better this way or that way, I don't think it matters too much. So again, these are some nice stretches for the lower back. So I'm going to roll down and lie here. So just starting off nice and simple. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor, shoulders are away, lengthen the neck. If you find this difficult, just give a pillow to give you a bit of relief. I'm just going to bring my right knee in, give it a little pull, and lower, and then the left. So just continuing with this, it's almost like we're doing little walks. And pull. So really keeping the eye line down so your neck is long. We don't want to do this because we're out of posture. So we're always trying to be aligned. My lower back has got a gap in it. Everyone's got a different shape back. But mine's quite arched, so I have to try and pull in quite a lot to not over arch. But you're just in your neutral. So again, here is flat. You're not tipped up or the other way. Squeezing the tummy. Lovely. So I'm just going to take this into one right leg in and lengthen the other leg away. Really lengthen that leg on the floor. Shoulders relax. Let's just look side to side, releasing any tension in the neck. It's a single leg stretch. All these stretches are really good for the lower back. Back maintenance, as well as making the back strong. We need mobility and flexibility in it. So it supports us and also avoids injury. This knee here, let's look center. I'm just going to slide it across slightly, not enough to lift, keep that hip down, but just push it that way slightly. So I'm just getting a bit of an extra stretch in my hip. Still pulling in towards me, but just over to the left a little. Let's change sides. So I'm going to bring my left knee in and lengthen my right leg, or whatever leg you're doing, it's fine. Again, the shoulders are relaxed, the neck is long. And it's about this leg stretching here. So we're stretching the front of the leg out, but we have mobility for this one. And this is good for that lower spine. Shoulders are relaxed. Yeah, let's have a little roll side to side. Lovely. Let's go back to center. Can we pull that leg slightly across the body? Just getting a nice stretch in that hip. And let's release. Lovely. So I'm going to do a little bit, another stretch. Even though this stretch is for the piriformis muscle, it's very good for sciatica, or keeping sciatica away, because your sciatic nerve runs around here and down the backs of your legs, and that muscle sits right on it. So having that stretch is good. Let's cross the right leg over the left knee, pick the feet up. So grabbing wherever you can, if it's trousers, if it's through the leg, above the knee, just feel that stretch. I tend to find if I push a little bit that way, I get a really nice stretch here. Again, see how your legs are feeling. Sometimes this leg lifted up can create an anchor and push in, or you might grab onto something. Again, really make sure there's no tension in the neck. Everything up here is relaxed, and all the tension is here. From this, we'll go into another stretch. We have a few minutes left. Perfect timing. So I'm going to put the foot back on the floor. Keep the knee and the right foot where it is. Have my hands out. I'm going to let the legs go that way. So I'm keeping the shoulder down, let the legs go. And if you're comfortable, looking the other way. So we're getting a nice stretch all around here. If any of these are too tight, you can just do this with the knees together to unhook that foot. But if it's happy there, it's a good stretch. Really trying to loosen up this sort of hips and back area. A lot of people are tight there. And if your hips are tight, when your back moves, it has to take all the pressure. So if your hips are got mobility, they will do their job. Keeping that foot on the knee, let's just lift it up, squeeze the tummy because the legs are heavy, and just let them pull the other way. Trying to keep this left shoulder down, and if you're comfortable, looking to the left. Again, if that's uncomfortable, just unhook the leg. But now we've got the stretch here in the front. Lovely, back to center, squeeze that tummy, let's bring those legs up. Let's change sides. So I'm going to take my left ankle now to the right knee, pick the legs up and pull this in. So we're just starting with this stretch. And just make a mental note which side is tighter, which side is looser. They could be the same. Often as well, if you sit cross-legged, your right leg's probably going to go over a bit easier. I don't sit cross-legged with my left leg, so this is already feeling tighter. Let's pull that in again, pushing it around to where you feel you've got that stretch. Might be in further, over, just trying to keep you back into the floor nicely. And again, relaxing that neck. Lovely stuff. Let's take the foot down, arms out to the side, and the feet are just going to fall over. It doesn't matter, we're going both ways. If you've got your left leg over to the top, I've fallen to the right. Both shoulders down. Can I look to the left? Yes, if that's comfortable, do that as well. Let's gently take the head to look back at the ceiling, squeeze the tummy, gentle here because the legs are heavy, we don't want to do any jerky movements. Let them fall the other way. Oh, I love this one, I get such a nice stretch here. And again, if you're comfortable and the shoulders are down, have a little look. Breathing into it. And let's look back to center. Bring the knees back, uncross the feet. Let's bring the knees in one at a time. Having a little roll round. And just a little, again, loosener for the hips. Taking the knees and just drawing some circles. And we can change direction. Lovely. Just feet down, knees together. Just have a little sway side to side. Again, it's just to loosen up that lower back. Make sure there's no twinging or anything like that. Nice one to do. And let's just take both knees to the left or right, doesn't really matter. I'm just going to add on to this. So this leg that's over the top, I'll take it a bit further, grabbing it with my hand and just, again, getting a real nice stretch. Wherever this leg is, just if it touches the floor, if it doesn't, nice twist in that spine. And gently release, squeeze the tummy. Couple of sways side to side, then I'm taking my knees the other way. I've gone right this time. I'm going to let this top leg come over, grabbing that leg, and just add a little pushing of the shoulder, looking the other way. Again, work what you need to. This is slightly more into the hips, slightly different feel. Again, everybody's different flexibilities. So it's a nice twist in the spine, the lower spine, the upper spine, and adding some hips. Let's release. Lovely. One last hug in with the knees. Hold your knees and just lift your head. So you're getting a stretch in the upper back. You find it easy to hold underneath your knees. All on top and just stretch. Tuck that chin in. And release. Let's get ourselves over onto our right hand side. We're going to come into child pose, just one more. Just to stretch out. If this is more comfortable, you can be here, whatever works for you. And then when you're ready, we're going to come up to sitting. Again, however is comfy. I'll sit cross-legged. Just a little stretch for that back. Stretch that way. And then stretching up. Shoulders up the ears. Let's just take one arm, twist slightly to the side. Change the other way. Back to centre, take the arms open, squeeze back, and then give yourselves a pat. Well done, thank you very much, everyone. And tomorrow is arms and shoulders. I think I'm going to use weights tomorrow, 3 o'clock again. So you can use weights, beans, bottles of water, whatever works for you, or not use weights. So that's what we do, standing arm weights tomorrow. So I hope to see you all. I shall just unmute in case anyone has any questions. Stop recording.